This is Dr. Frank Hahn, and you're watching IFCO-TV.
Just like you. Very impressive.
Awesome.
I like your jacket, too. That's nice, too. You're dressing nice nowadays.
Stepping it up.
Hey guys, hello. We're live on IFCO-TV right now at the Global Summit in Miami, downtown Hilton. We're on with Dr. Neil Cohen, Liam Schubel, and myself, Frank Hahn. It's late night out here, right? Yeah.
This is like the Late Show, right?
Yeah. Forget Johnny Carson.
Here's Frankie.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did thing go before? Right.
Well, I got to tell you,
Frank, I wasn't really able to understand and keep up with it.
It was amazing. We just did a couple interviews in Spanish for the Spanish-speaking population of the world with Dr. Jorge Campos and Christian Saavedra. They are two chiropractors from Chile. And I got to tell you, I was so impressed with what I saw with them. You know, the university in Chile teaches, according to them, teaches the science and the art of chiropractic, but they don't teach the philosophy. Can you imagine a chiropractic school not teaching the philosophy of chiropractic? And Jorge's gone in, he's a Palmer graduate, he's gone in and he says, I'm in there to save these students because they're headed for a life of mediocrity if they don't know the philosophy of chiropractic. And so, Dr. Saavedra was on fire with chiropractic, so it was really nice to see. And then before them, we had an interview with Barcelona Chiropractic College students. And they're so impressive because of what they're going to be giving to Europe. Europe is growing right now with chiropractic. It's on fire. And, these students are learning, again, the philosophy, science, and art of chiropractic. And they're powerful, and you can see it. And this IFCO Summit here in Miami was phenomenal. It left a lasting impression on them. You know, as BJ said, you never know how far-reaching something you think, say, or do today will affect the lives of millions. Hey, brother, we're not talking about millions anymore. We're talking about billions.
Billions for sure.
Billions. Impressive.
Absolutely. What I noticed most is so many students were at this summit. I was at the last couple of summits, and this one, oh my goodness. But you must be so proud because so many Sherman students are here. Yeah. What do you feel about that?
Sherman showed up really big, and it's just a testament to what we're doing at the college and the energy that's at the college, and we're really just bringing it. We're all in. The students are all in. It's just an amazing experience. You know, every chiropractic college campus is special, but Sherman is it's just amazing right now. It's just the place to be.
Yeah. Dr. Cohen, there's some exciting new things happening at Sherman College. I was just listening the other day. I love listening to Dr. Cordero. He did a great job, by the way, this weekend speaking at the IFCO Summit here in Miami. Really had the crowd on the edge of their seat, as he always does. But there's some numbers happening here. Like, Sherman was, let's say, down and out or down for the count, let's say, before Dr. Cordero got on board. And now we're looking at, what, a year and a half later? What's going on as far as the numbers? There's some very exciting things happening.
Well, first, I have to say that coming into Sherman College every day and working with a man like Dr. Edwin Cordero is just an absolute amazing thing. I mean, it's just an honor to be with a man who's such a visionary in chiropractic. His energy is off the hook. He has he's so vibrant. Yeah. And he wants to get out there and really share what we do at Sherman College with the world. And what it's translated into over the last year and a half is tremendous growth in the college. And we are so excited because we're about to welcome in what I believe is the largest class in possibly 41 years. Yeah, there's somewhere around 60 students that are coming into Sherman College, exciting. And we are just so stoked. We're so proud of the work that we've done together, and he laid the path. I have to say, he's done an amazing job. He brought me in 6 months ago, and he gave me some power, some reins, and we've been going all over the country and really dividing and conquering, and really bringing the message of Sherman College, which is strong philosophy, strong communication, excellent technique. We want to produce chiropractors that are going to be effective, that can change the world, and we're just so happy about that.
Doc, what would you say your role would be at Sherman College? What's your exact role?
My exact role is that I do everything that Dr. Cordero doesn't want to do. No, in all seriousness, Dr. Cordero is one of these guys that has a huge vision, and my job really is to make sure that that vision becomes reality. I'm into the details. I make sure that scheduling is perfect for both of us. We have people under us that are doing incredible work in different departments, and he has given me the opportunity to run those departments and make sure that those departments run perfectly well while he goes out and spreads the message of chiropractic. Specifically, my job is really to make sure that everything is running as smoothly as possible within the institution. You know, higher education it's an amazing place to be because you have an incredible amount of staff, faculty, and students, and you're really responsible for a lot of lives. And so each day you come into the college, you have to make sure that things are running right, running smooth, and you know, it's a wonderful thing to have all these people under you that are able to do that. So we just ensure that all of that takes place and does so in a sound and wonderful manner.
I got to tell you, Dr. Cohen here is a very humble man. Okay, I don't have that problem. Okay, so I can brag on Dr. Cohen a little bit.
Yes, please do.
Because I got to tell you, I've been involved with this school, Sherman College now, chiropractic. I've been on the board of trustees now for 6 years about. And I am telling you, I have never, and I travel all around the world, and I've spoken on most chiropractic campuses at least once, then I got kicked off, but at least once I've spoken on the campus. And I have not seen anywhere on the planet the dynamic essential vivified like I see at Sherman College with those students. They're on fire. They're on this common purpose. They have a common vision that El Presidente is laying down. But Dr. Cohen is kind of like there, like the mother hen, making sure all the details are set and that everybody's feeling like they're being honored, that they're being respected, and that they're feeling like family. And so he's created that environment in there. And I got to tell you, that's very important because the CCE accredited education is rigorous. It's very intense. And so if you're going to be studying that level of intensity, isn't it important to be with friends and family and feel supported rather than a competition where we're all against each other? And that's something that Sherman has, this magic that Dr. Cohen and Dr. Cordero have created, and their staff. I mean, the faculty administration at Sherman College are the finest in the world, and certainly the students are a byproduct of that. Everybody's working for the benefit of the student, and that's how it should be in chiropractic college.
Absolutely.
We have a great team, and it can't be accomplished with just one person. And one of the things that I'll say is Dr. Cordero and I, we work so well together. We really have the same vision. We both went to Life College.
That's right.
And, Dr. Sid Williams was a tremendous influence on our lives. DE has been a tremendous influence on our lives. We understand the dynamic essential. We understand what lasting purpose principle is. We've had very successful practices, and in doing so, it's really prepared us and helped us to not just maintain, but to grow the school.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You know what impressed me the most? Dr. Cordero spoke today. I've been going to Lyceum now for about maybe 10, 11, 12, about 13 years now in a row. And he told me that it went from about a couple hundred people visiting at the Lyceums on average to over 600 people this past Lyceum. And that was pretty incredible. So I'm looking forward to seeing it happening more and more.
Well, I was just about to say, Dr. Frank, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Because Lyceum is our signature event.
Absolutely.
And we have a great team that's putting together next year's Lyceum. And we expect it to grow each year. And frankly, there's no reason why we shouldn't have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 folks coming to Lyceum every year.
Absolutely.
And you initiated a bold change. The sometimes people are resistant to change, right? It's always been this way, so that's why we do it. And you guys stepped up and gave a suggestion to change Lyceum from Memorial Day weekend. You know, the dynamic, the culture has changed. So, you know, Memorial Day weekend now is really family time. People really don't want to be going out of the house during that time of the year. And you changed it for a beautiful time at the beginning of May. Right? I mean, it's just gorgeous. The campus is gorgeous. It's exploding with spring at that time.
It really is, and you have to see it to believe it. And the weather is perfect. Last year it was perfect. It's not too hot. You know, the end of May it starts to get warm in Spartanburg.
That's right.
And I'll tell you, you know, when it gets warm in Spartanburg, you know, I'm used to Florida. You get an ocean breeze. You know, you can breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
But in Spartanburg, you don't get an ocean breeze. So having it the first week of May, and this year it's actually going to be April 30th will be the first day.
Oh, that's exciting.
It'll start on Thursday the 30th, and it'll go through May 2nd.
Right.
And it's going to be a fantastic experience.
Yeah, so if I'm watching this at home and I want to participate in something, because, by the way, fantastic is even an understatement of what that feeling that you get when you walk away. I mean, you're ready to take over the world with tick when you get done with the Sherman Lyceum. Here's what you do. This is what successful people do. They say they commit. They say, okay, April 30th, you say, till May 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go over to my calendar right now for 2015, and I'm busy that weekend. I'm going to be at Sherman Lyceum. I mean, that's how you make a wedding, right? You say, okay, I'm going to be there, and then you don't make other plans. That's your story. So I would implore you to take responsibility for your future, set yourself up for success for the second half of 2015, and put that on the calendar right now. April 30th to May 2nd, you're going to be at Sherman Lyceum, and I'm going to tell you, it is going to be off the hook great. I'm part of that Lyceum Planning Committee that you're on, and the names that are coming across, I mean, I can't wait to get over there to take notes. I mean, it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be great.
So anyway, that's one, and then the other one that you have, and I love this about Sherman College. Sherman is very big into research. You know, there's so many people that say this evidence-based chiropractic. Cool, we're into evidence. So, you know, there's plenty of science in chiropractic that establishes and supports what we do as a profession, revolving around the location analysis and correction of vertebral subluxation. Tell us a little bit about Sherman's commitment to research, and then specifically this event that's coming up in October.
Well,
every October. Anyway.
October 16th through 18th, we have our IRAPS. And IRAPS is a presentation, or it's a series of presentations by some of the greatest philosophers that we have in our profession today. It is just an amazing program. If you're interested in really getting the depth of the philosophy, you come to IRAPS, because each one of these presenters has worked on a thesis, has worked on a paper, and it is just the most impressive information you've ever heard that really supports the science of chiropractic. And you know, they talk about research. The research is out there, and it's at Sherman College. You've got to come to IRAPS. If you're interested in philosophy, join our ACP program.
That's right.
Dr. Bill Decken is in charge of that. Phenomenal.
Academy of Chiropractic Philosophers,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir. And the IRAPS is just the culmination of that, where they present their paper and they become philosophers.
That's right, because IRAPS stands for the International Research and Philosophy Symposium. Very excited, Dr. Cohen. This weekend, many of the Europeans that I met were telling me that they were coming back in October for this International Research and Philosophy Symposium. It's really a trendsetter for the rest of the world.
It really is, and I think if my numbers are correct, we're probably going to have around 90 there.
Wow. Yeah, so we're moving on up to the east side, as we say.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Sir. To a deluxe apartment in Spartanburg. Okay, that's what we got going on.
Deluxe apartment in Spartanburg, you have indoor plumbing.
Yes, that's right.
Just so you know.
And beautiful views of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yes.
My goodness, is that gorgeous down there. Dr. Frank?
Oh, well, we are live with Dr. Neil Cohen of Sherman College, and we are here live at the Global Summit in Miami, downtown Hilton, and we're just chit-chatting late night, and we have folks on from literally all over the world. New Zealand's on right now. We have Barcelona on.
By the way, New Zealand, what did you think, Dr. Cohen, about Dr. Phil McMaster's presentation from the president of New Zealand Chiropractic College?
You know, it's the first time I got to hear Dr. Phil McMaster's, and I was impressed. First of all, this gentleman is authentic. He's the real deal.
He's the real deal.
I am just so overjoyed that we have a school over there in New Zealand that's promulgating principal chiropractic. I love Dr. McMaster's.
And a Sherman graduate, I might add.
I know.
Sherman graduate, and many, now he's a humble guy, right? But I don't have that problem. Many would say that if it wasn't for him, New Zealand Chiropractic College wouldn't exist. Now, of course, there's a whole team that put that together, but he's one of those leaders that, they call him the chiropractic commando. He's going above you, around you, through you, over you, under you, but he's getting that message out. He's going to bring the principle through. And it's been, the whole crowd really enjoyed him today in his presentation. So impressive. You guys sent a huge Sherman a group of people over to speak at New Zealand Chiropractic College, and everybody that I talked to that came back, Irene Gold was saying how impressed she was with the students, the way they can communicate chiropractic at New Zealand Chiropractic College. Dr. Cordero spoke highly of his experience there. Some wonderful connections being made. I'll tell you this, the TIC organization, the Teaching Innate Chiropractic organizations around the world, we're really getting together, and IFCO is one of those centers that's bringing it all together. And we certainly appreciate, Dr. Cohen, all the support that Sherman College has shown for the IFCO. I know that we had close to 50 or 60 students of Sherman College, IFCO members. It's one of the largest IFCO student chapters in the world. So you're really fostering the future leaders of the profession here, and you've done a wonderful job doing that.
Well, it is a fantastic group, and it supports Principal Chiropractic, and we want our students to support Principal Chiropractic, and I'm so glad they were here in those numbers to serve. It was wonderful to fellowship with them, and the conference itself was amazing. I mean, it's just amazing.
Folks, if I have one other question, if you don't mind, Frank, I just want one
Go
more.
right ahead.
Let's say
you always have good questions.
Let's say I'm a student, okay, and I'm watching this, and I'm checking out chiropractic for the first time. I'm considering maybe this as a career, or let's say I'm a doc, and I have some students that are in my office, and I'm thinking about referring them to Sherman College. Are there any kind of programs that Sherman College has that maybe myself as a doc could find out more information and maybe getting involved in sending referrals to Sherman College? And then if I'm a student, why would I even want to study at Sherman College? What's the benefit for me?
Okay, well,
And how could I check it out if I'm a student?
Let's take...
a lot of questions there, huh?
Well, there's a couple. There's a couple, but we can handle them.
Okay.
We have a program for field doctors that's called ROAR, which is an acronym for Reach Out and Recruit.
Oh, okay.
And it costs nothing for a field doctor to sign up for that. Wow. Basically, what it allows you to do is get information about our college and then hand it off to any prospective students that may be interested in going to chiropractic college. Hopefully, they'll check out Sherman. 4 times a year, we have what's called Showcase Sherman.
Oh, okay.
We actually have one coming up in October. I believe it's the 10th and 11th.
Yes, it is.
10th and 11th, where we actually will, bring a student to Sherman College. We'll pay for his transportation to Sherman College, his airfare.
Wow.
We'll put him up. We'll put up part of their family if they want to come out there.
Wow, that's
and
great.
we'll show them around the college. We have events. We have incredible speakers that come out, and we bring them to the different parts of Spartanburg, show them apartments that they can, we just answer all the questions that they may have about what it would take to get to Sherman College. And the reason why a student should consider Sherman College is, your chiropractic education is really an investment, and it's an investment in yourself. And there's certain things that you must know when it comes to practicing chiropractic. And one of them would be how to adjust.
Right.
And technique. And that's the art of what we do as chiropractors. That's really how we take care of people. And Sherman College is just at the top of their game when it comes to teaching students how to adjust. The other thing is the why. Why do we go to a chiropractor? You have to be able to explain to the public what chiropractic is and what the necessity of chiropractic is. That's our philosophy. And Sherman College really has the greatest professors in teaching philosophy. Dr. Decken, who runs the ACP,
a world
and
eminence.
the IRAPs. It's really a very important thing, and you know this, Dr. Schubel.
Yeah.
Communication. We have to learn how to communicate with the public. So technique is important, communication is important, but the other thing that I talk about is certainty. When you're a chiropractor, you have to be certain. You have to know that you know that you know. And Sherman College is just incredibly diligent about raising up students that are highly effective in the community so we can spread chiropractic to the world and really rid the world of chronic subluxation, interference to the spine, interference to the nervous system. It's just something that we need to prepare students for that, and we know at Sherman College that's what we're doing.
Dr. Cohen, I'm going to fill out my application right now. Can I just hand that to you now, or is that, we'll do that after?
You want to re-enlist?
I want to re-enlist.
And I'll accept you.
I want to go back to school. This is great. Frank, you're a Sherman graduate.
Absolutely.
Any comments and any closing
Absolutely.
thoughts?
I wouldn't be the chiropractor I am today if I didn't go to Sherman College. And here's what happens. The instructors there, they really care genuinely about your success. They want you to succeed. And I know all the schools say we want you to succeed and we want you to graduate, but it's a true relationship with the faculty and the staff and the president, vice president. I was talking with a lot of students before, and here's what they said about it, and I thought it was very nice. The president and the vice president of Sherman College try to learn each and every person's name.
Wow.
And they're on a first name basis with each and every student. And that's something that you can't do at every single school. And now if it's coming from the top down, all the other instructors and all the other professors, they're going to learn the people's names too. And then what's going to happen is it's going to trickle on to the staff and the rest of the faculty. And now everybody's personal relationships with these folks, and when they start succeeding, when they graduate, now they're like, all right, I remember when Johnny was a student just here, and now look at him, thousands of people a week or hundreds and hundreds in their office, and they're referring.
The fact of the matter is, and I appreciate you saying that, Dr. Frank, Sherman's like a big family, and I know, I have an open door policy. Dr. Cordero has an open door policy. If you have a question and you want to get it answered, we're going to get it answered for you. The reason why we want to learn the student's name is because we really care about them. We care about not only their education, but their success. It's really important to care enough about an individual to allow them to be successful and to encourage them and to build them up and really teach them what it means to make connections, because the most important part about being a chiropractor is really connecting with people.
When I was at Sherman College, still a professor there right now, so I'm not going to say their name, but we would have special palpation classes at our homes, and it would just come out to our house. We have a group of students out there because we just didn't get enough hours, we thought, in the class. They did that, and also went over communication skills with us. So we would practice our talks, and with a professor there, a chiropractor there. So he was in charge. He was making sure we were setting up right, checking, learning how to palpate. But we did it at home, outside the school. So that was something unique and something special that I remember from my days. And I know it's not going on right now, board and vice president. But that's something that I do remember, and that's why I got extra attention. And it wasn't just one or two; it was like 20 or 30 of us in the house.
Some dedication there.
And I'll tell you, some of the leaders that we saw today and the way they communicate. Frank's an expert at communicating chiropractic. I mean, he can go and do spinal screenings on a weekend at a county fair and sign up 100 people to come into his office. I mean, it's simple. His challenge is, how do I process all these people? I mean, that's right. What a challenge to. I've got so many new people,
challenge
right?
to have.
Big problem.
So that's him. We heard David Serio from Argentina today speaking on the stage, and I'm telling you, you talk about certainty, you talk about clarity. The man knows how to express chiropractic without a doubt. He's built himself a huge practice in Buenos Aires.
And a Sherman grad, too.
Sherman grad. And then we have the president of IFCO, Dr. Shane Walker, Sherman graduate. He gave a great presentation on how to do a group report today.
Wow.
And I think a lot of people learned some from other schools that learned some skills that just for Sherman graduate, it's natural. That's what they do. So if you're going to invest in your education, as you say, why not invest in the best? And you know, I've heard, by the way, Dr. Cohen, from a lot of students on campus, they're calling this the Harvard of chiropractic. So pretty impressive what you guys got going on over there.
I haven't heard that, but I like it.
You like
I
that?
like
I figured you would.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay, so now, Doc Cohen, if anybody wants to get in touch with you or contact you in any way, how can they do that?
All you have to do is email me at ncohen@sherman.edu, and we'll get your questions answered.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Prospective student.
Absolutely, absolutely. Check the website, www.sherman.com, and
Excellent.
you can...
Well, thanks for coming on the show
My pleasure.
today.
My pleasure.
Really, really appreciate it. It was spur of the moment, but we really had a good time with you.
I tell you, it's past my bedtime, but I enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dr. Cohen, for your service to chiropractic and to Sherman. We
Love and
appreciate
appreciate both of you guys. Thank you.
absolutely.